welcome back to Cosplay. In this video I'm going to be giving you a broken down overview of Valor, so let's go ahead and begin today's video. Before we go ahead and begin today's video, I'd highly recommend you check out the written overview regarding this application, which will be linked down below in the YouTube description, and also go ahead and drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on post notifications to know when we next upload. So we're going to go ahead and begin on the settings page. Before we go ahead and do so, it's best to mention everything on the outside of the application. So you have Valor and its logo here, then you have a create task button, then you have a clock based on your local computer time. You can go ahead and copy a screenshot of the bot to your clipboard. You can check out their Twitter, the documentation and the notifications within the bots. You can also minimize, full screen and X out the bots. Then you have your Discord AVI username that will appear at the bottom of the bots. So on the settings page, this is what it looks like. You have the Discord AVI and username with your license key. If you hover over your license key, it will go ahead and appear. So if you need it for any reason, it's there. Then it shows your subscription type, which is renewal, your renewal date, and how many days are left to that date. So at the time of recording this video, there is 11 days left to September 10th. That's why it says 11 days. You can visit the dashboard and you can also deactivate your license as well. And over here, you can go ahead and check for updates. It'll check for update. As you guys can see, we're up to date. Then we have the Discord settings section where you can go ahead and configure the successful webhook, the fails webhook, and the miscellaneous Discord webhook. Then you can go ahead and configure success only or queue passes if you wish. Then you can test it and you can save once you're done. Then at any point you can import and export your settings if you wish to go ahead and do so. Moving over to the capture section, this is where you can go ahead and create capture harvesters so you can use it within Valor. So let's go ahead and create one here. So we have the create button. Let's click this, and as you guys can see, it creates a harvester. We can go ahead and configure the harvester name. So I'm going to stick with the name like that. And as you guys can see, it shows the harvester is closed. I can pop up the harvester. I can go to YouTube and I can also delete it. I can also select the solver type. So I'm going to hit, for example, Shopify checkpoint, for example. You can go ahead and change the purpose if you wish, and you can go ahead and enter a proxy here. If you don't enter a proxy, it will use your local IP. Then once again, you can go ahead and import and export if you wish. You can connect to AYCD autosolve. You can open all the harvesters, close all of them, and delete all of them. But I want to show you what it looks like when you pop it up. It's going to go to this section where it looks like this. It says waiting to solve. It shows the logo. You can test it and you can also refresh it as well. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. We'll pop that open later in the video. Moving over to the miscellaneous section, you have a few coming soon tiles. By the time you guys watch this video, maybe some of these sections are available, but the sections that are available currently are gift cards. You can go ahead and configure gift card groups. I'll cover that in a moment. And then we have the foot sites monitor. So what I'm going to go ahead and do for this video is I'm only going to go ahead and showcase one, because the rest are pretty self-explanatory. And if you need any guidance, you can go ahead and check out the written documentation found in their Discord regarding the bot and how each part works. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and look at the gift card section. So we can once again import and export these groups. Now let's go ahead and actually create a gift card group. Let's hit this button. Let's call it video test, just like so, and hit the create button. That will go ahead and create the gift card group where we can go ahead and add gift cards to the group. So once again, you can import and export them, you can search through them, you can select a proxy group. You have yet to create a proxy group in this video, so there's none to select. We can get balance and delete all. So let's go ahead and create one here. We're going to type in a random gift card number, just like so. Same for the pin, and you can put in the balance if you wish. I'm going to hit create, and as you guys can see, that creates a gift card. Once you get to this point, assuming your card number is correct and the card pin is correct, and if you want to enter a balance, you can. It will go ahead and create the gift card into the group. Obviously, I don't have one to add at the moment, but that is how this process works. Because let's say, for example, all this is test-based information. If I hit the create button, you can see it pops up with an error, but the process is pretty self-explanatory. Then we come back out to the miscellaneous section and check out the rest. I'm not going to break down foot size monitor in this video, but if you do need guidance, go ahead and refer to their written documentation, which can be found on their Discord. Once again, it is pretty useful when it comes to this stuff. But let's move over to the proxy section, and this is where we can go ahead and create proxy groups and put proxies into those groups. Once again, you can import and export if you wish, but let's go ahead and actually create a group. Let's call it video test, just like so. Hit the create button. That will go ahead and create the group for us to go ahead and put proxies in. I'm going to go ahead and grab a proxy. I'm going to cut back in 1 second. So essentially what you guys want to go ahead and do is enter the proxy in the formation IP port username and password on this section. So let's go ahead and enter 1. As you guys can see, a proxy has been entered. I've blurred out for this video, but it is there. I'm going to click the save list button and you will see the proxy appear here, and the status is not available because we've yet to test it. We can go ahead and actually select a site to test the proxy on. This is a UK proxy and it's residential, so I don't expect the speeds to be too good, but let's go ahead and test it on something random here. Let's do Yeezy Supply. Then what we can do is test all the proxies or test an individual proxy on that site. Given I only have one, I'm going to click the individual button here. Let's give it a moment. And as you guys can see, the speed has been returned at 3702 milliseconds. And if your proxies don't work, then obviously it will say failed. Then at any point you can delete all your proxies within the group, and you can also delete the individual proxy, and you can go ahead and create multiple proxy groups. If you wish, you can delete an individual group up here. And this is pretty useful when it comes to segregating proxies and the types of uses they should be used for. So for example, let's say one site works really good with data center proxies, you can create a group for data center proxies and obviously segregate it from your residential proxies. So the possibilities are endless. Moving over to the profile section, once again, very similar process. You can import and export. You can go ahead and actually create a profile group, and then we're going to go ahead and create a profile within that group. So let's go ahead and create one. Once again, video test, hit the create button. That will go ahead and create a profile group. Once again, you do have the import and export option. We can go ahead and enable rotate on decline, which is pretty useful. We can delete all the profiles, and we can also search through them and add one. So let's go ahead and add one. Now I'm not going to go through this entire process because it is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go ahead and show you a few things. So we have 3 tabs: shipping, billing and payment. Now if you want to go ahead and use the same information for shipping and billing, click this button and the information will be used on both sections. And obviously for the payment section, you have 2 options here: one checkout and use for quick task. If you wish to enable those, you can. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut back when I'm about to create the profile. So as you guys can see, I've gone ahead and entered all my information here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the create button, and as you guys can see, it goes ahead and creates my profile. And now for distinguishing purposes, it shows the profile name. My profile name is pretty long, but as you guys can see, when we actually, let me just quickly X out of this. When you actually create the profile, you'll see the profile name up to a certain point, then it says ... If you want to go ahead and edit the profile name, you can click on it and it brings you to this. Any changes you make, hit the save button and we'll go ahead and change it. And then obviously it shows you the type of card you have and the last 4 digits of your card number, so you can go ahead and distinguish what cards are being used for certain profiles. You can duplicate a profile, and you can also go ahead and delete a individual profile if you wish. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip out on the task page and leave that for the end of the video because I want to go ahead and break down the dashboard page before we go ahead and do that. So let's go to the dashboard page, and this is what it looks like. It shows welcome back Alex. That is going to be your Discord username, and it shows the Discord API. It shows the total amount of checkouts, your total declines and how much you have spent, and it also shows a breakdown per each site they support. So we can see on eBay, on this Discord user attached to this key, there is 4 checkouts and they have spent $800, and you can see these statistics for a variety of websites. And then we have the previous checkout section where you can go ahead and view the previous checkouts. You can do it by day on all is selected at the moment. If we hit day, obviously you can see nothing's there. If we hit all, then the statistics change as well as the previous checkouts, and then we can see the upcoming releases here as well. Now to go ahead and end off the video, we're going to break down the task page. So pretty simply, you go ahead and create a task group, and you can hide task groups if you wish after they've been created, but let's go ahead and create one. Let's call this video test just like so. Let's hit the create button and it will go ahead and create the group. Now when we go ahead and create tasks, the information that is going to be displayed is the site, mode, item size, profile, proxy, status and the actions for that task. You can go ahead and search for your tasks if you wish. You can also schedule your tasks if you wish. You can edit all, start all, stop all and delete all when it comes to your tasks, and you can also go ahead and create one. So let's go ahead and do so. Let's click this button. It's going to ask what task group do you want this task to be created for. We've selected video test. We can also create a new one if you want. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and do that in this video. Let's click a sites here. Let's click eSpay, and as you guys can see, when you select different sites, the task creation process becomes a bit different, so please keep that in mind. For mode, I'm going to go normal. For monitor input, I'm going to type in something random. I don't intend for this task to work, by the way. I'm just showing you guys what the task creation process looks like. And you can also go ahead and select multiple sizes, and it will be separated by comma when you go ahead and view on the size tab. But we're going to go with size 4. For profile, you go ahead and select the profile group. So we created video test in this video. I'm going to go ahead and click video test profile because I want to use an individual profile. However, if I wish to use all the profiles, I can click select all. Let's go with the video test profile button. And for proxy, you can go and select the proxy group, and that will utilize all the proxies within that group. For gift cards, if you wish to go and use one, you can if you want, but I'm not going to do that. But you can see video test is there. And for task quantity, I want to create 2. Let's hit the create button, and as you guys can see, the task have been created in the background. Let's X out of this. Now we can see for action, mode is normal, item is random, random numbers will be typed in. The size, profile, proxy, status is idling because we've yet to do anything with the tasks. Then for actions, we have the start button, edit button, and delete button. So you do have the option to actually select the individual task, and if you want to select more than one, hold control and click another task, and as you guys can see, both are selected. But I want to show you what it looks like when you select one. Once you select one, you can right click, you can start, stop, duplicate, edit, and delete. I want to demonstrate the delete button here and go ahead and delete the task, and it shows it down there. Now what we can go ahead and do is start the task. It's not going to work, but it'll go through the task process. Now just to give you a visual representation of what your setup would look like, this is essentially what it's going to look like. You're going to have your solver here ready to solve the captures that come from the tasks. You're going to run your task. It's going to go through the process. It's not going to work on my end because all this information is random, but assuming you've configured your task correctly, it'll go through fine. And obviously the captures go in here, and hopefully you're successful on the drop. And finally, before we go ahead and conclude this video, you can click this button to hide the task groups if you wish, like I just demonstrated. If you want to go ahead and enable it, click this button and they come back. Now I'm going to go ahead and conclude today's video. If you guys enjoy, please drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace out.